We are 2 minutes 30 and change. Joining us to discuss this is CNN aerospace analyst Miles O'Brien and retired NASA astronaut Leroy Chiao. Good to have you both. Leroy, you've been in the situation where these two astronauts are now. As we look at these images, I'm hoping we can bring them up. There they are. What's going through their minds?
Oh, they're hyper-focused at this point. Like you say, just a couple of minutes to go. There's absolute silence in the cockpit and in the control center, unless it's something of an operational nature. And they're just revved up to go. They're checking everything and just focused, very, very focused on what's about to happen.
How big a deal is this, Miles?
Yeah, this is a big deal for sure. We're talking about the assured path to the International Space Station. You know, NASA originally decided to operate in a different way, to issue contracts to private companies, allow them to keep their intellectual property, and basically rent them out as they would an Uber or a Hertz rent-a-car. And you saw what happened with SpaceX. They have been doing this now for years. They've flown about 50 individuals to the International Space Station on its Dragon rocket. And meanwhile, Boeing set out to build the Starliner and has had all kinds of delays and budget overruns to get to this point. The craft has been beset with a lot of problems. The cost overruns in this case were something that Boeing had to absorb because of the new nature of this contract. But in the end, it's important to have a couple of ways to get to the space station in case one of the other craft has a problem.
Understood. Let's listen in then, chaps.
250. FTS internal.
Flight software is in ascent mode. It is now set for the uphill climb.
Houston, Starliner roll. Roger roll.
Call meaning if the emergency detection system on Atlas detects something.
Run report range status. Range green. 54. You got a good throttle up. Started. Good throttle.
It will trigger the launch abort system on Starliner and fire automatically. If that happened, the spacecraft would push itself away from the rocket a mile up and a mile out.
Atlas at flight fresh.
Good SRB burnout. Good SRB. 30. Sensor at flight press. 25. Status check. Go Atlas. Go Centaur. Go Starliner. Godspeed, Butch and Sonny. Good handle. Good handle.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And liftoff of Starliner and Atlas.
Leroy, what are we seeing here?
So the solid rocket boosters that were strapped on the side of the Atlas V rocket have just separated, and now the main engines continue to burn, and they will propel, the Starliner into orbit. And the mission is going perfectly so far. Atlas V, very reliable rocket, has a perfect launch record, and so would expect this one to go perfectly as well.
This is the third time of asking. Tell us about the two astronauts on board.
Yeah, so Butch and Sonny have been waiting a long time for this. I know Sonny very well. I know Butch well, but not as well as Sonny. Sonny and I trained together for a few years in Russia for a space station mission. But they're both, just the consummate professionals. They've been eager to get this flight going, and I'm very excited for them. But they're going to have a great mission, and I think it's all going to just work out wonderfully.
Yeah, remind us how long this rocket should take to get to the ISS at this point.
Right, so the spacecraft is going to go into orbit here very shortly, and it'll adjust its orbit slowly over the next 24 hours to match that of the International Space Station before they approach and dock to the station. So in approximately 24 hours, we'll see a docking, and the crew will be able to enter the ISS and greet those on board.
It's wonderful having you, Leroy. Let me bring Miles back in. And I know, Miles, this is sort of boys' own stuff, isn't it? This is the stuff that dreams are made of. You were describing just ahead of liftoff how the sort of model of space travel has changed. It has become privatized, and Boeing, alongside Elon Musk, of course, one of the companies taking advantage of that opportunity now. Just walk us through, from your viewpoint, what we've just seen and what happens next. Why this is significant. Why today makes sense.
Well, let's not forget what happened when the space shuttle was retired many years ago. The United States had a long period of time, a long multi-year period, where its only way of getting astronauts to the International Space Station was to avail ourselves of Russian rockets, which Leroy has flown on, launching from Kazakhstan, returning to Kazakhstan. And that was a scenario that no one at NASA wanted, but it worked to fill the gap. But in the meantime, NASA was pushing very hard to sort of get out of the business of building rockets. Now, NASA has never built its own rocket. It's always used contractors. But the way they did those contracts were very cost-plus defense-style contracts with a lot of NASA people involved in every step of the way. Very bespoke, very expensive way to get to space. And so the idea was, if private companies could get on board and do this, it might become much more affordable, and it would give NASA the ability to focus on things like going to Mars. Well, it's paid off in the case of SpaceX. It took a while, but now we see SpaceX as the preeminent space enterprise, and it's had frequent missions to the International Space Station, and aims to go further. And meanwhile, Boeing, which was at the very beginning of the space program, it's one of the companies that it began with. McDonnell Douglas built the Mercury capsules, after all, sort of a preeminent name in space, and is the prime contractor on the space station, after all. Boeing had all kinds of misstarts trying to operate with this new kind of way of doing business. It was hard for the elephant to dance in this case. And so there's been a lot of problems along the way. I'm gratified to see it get off the pad. Butch and Sonny are courageous astronauts on a test flight. Anytime you fly a first flight, anytime you go to space, it's risky. But this in particular is a risky mission. And it's important, though, to have a couple of paths to space. We don't want that gap again.
Well, we wish them the best. It's always a pleasure, Miles, having you on the show. And Leroy, Leroy, having you on the show again, I can hear myself coming back here, is a real joy. Thank you.